Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news. There's some serious buzz swirling around the Atlanta Falcons right now, and it's not just because of the upcoming season. Rumor has it that the Kansas City Chiefs might be making a bold move that could shake up the NFC South, and more specifically, could have huge implications for the Falcons. The word is that the Chiefs, who have been struggling a bit since Mahomes, injury issues, and some roster gaps, are eyeing a trade that could bring a key defensive back to Atlanta, Trent McDuffie. Now, this isn't just any trade rumor. It's a move that could really tilt the balance in the NFC, and fans of the Falcons should be paying close attention. Let's break down what's being discussed. The Chiefs, who are currently sitting at a 5-11 record after a tough season, and a bit of a decline without Mahomes at 100%, are apparently open to trading Trent McDuffie in exchange for picks that could help them rebuild their secondary and bolster their offensive line. The trade proposal floating around suggests that Kansas City would send McDuffie, a versatile and talented cornerback, to Atlanta in exchange for a first-round pick in 2027 and a third-round pick in 2026. This move would also free up around $21 million in cap space, which the Chiefs could use to focus on extending their D-line and improving their OL. In essence, they're making a strategic play to optimize their roster for the future, even if it means parting ways with a player who's shown great potential. Now, McDuffie has been a standout for the Chiefs, and his profile is impressive. Over his career, he snagged 12 interceptions and defended 58 passes, numbers that highlight his ball-hawking skills and ability to shut down top receivers. His PFF grade hovers around 92.0, which puts him among the elite at his position. In 2025, he had an outstanding season with 7 interceptions, 22 defended passes, and allowed just a 44% completion rate when targeted. That's elite cornerback play. He also allowed only 480 yards passing, with an EPA, expected points added, per target of -0.29, showing how impactful he's been when on the field. He's not just a ball hawk. He's a complete corner with a run support grade of 87 and a clean bill of health, no serious injuries, unlike some other players who have faced setbacks. What makes McDuffie such a perfect fit for the Falcons? Well, Atlanta's secondary has been a bit banged up lately. With A.J. Terrell leading the unit, adding a player like McDuffie would instantly boost the team's pass defense, which has been leaking yards, up to 265 yards per game passing allowed. His ability to shadow receivers and create mismatches in the slot could be a game changer, especially considering how the Falcons want to tighten up their coverage and limit explosive plays. When you look at his stats, McDuffie is comparable to some of the best in the league. He's ranked among the top slot defenders with a mismatch advantage of +2, 1 yards per target allowed in low coverage situations. His 7 interceptions in recent seasons make him a real threat to opposing quarterbacks, and his style of play reminds many of Tyrann Mathieu at his peak, with aggressive coverage and excellent instincts. Adding McDuffie to the Falcons' defense would be like injecting a shot of adrenaline into a unit that's been fighting through injuries. With Phillips on injured reserve and Hughes sidelined with an ankle injury, the secondary has been stretched thin. McDuffie's versatility allows him to play both in the slot and on the outside, giving defensive coordinator Dean Pease the flexibility to mix and match coverage schemes. His projected impact would be a +14 pass defended increase, a -17% reduction in passes allowed, and an overall boost of +18% in EPA per coverage snap. That kind of improvement could turn the Falcons into one of the league's top pass defenses, similar to the elite units they've been aiming to rebuild since the 2022 season, which saw a -29% reduction in explosive plays. Now, it's not just about improving the secondary. This trade could also have a ripple effect on the Falcons' entire defense. McDuffie's ball-hawking abilities and knack for forcing turnovers could lead to a +12% increase in turnovers, which is huge for a team looking to flip field position and create scoring opportunities. His presence would be especially valuable in nickel packages, where mismatches against slot receivers are most common. Plus, his ability to limit big plays by reducing explosive passes by 22% aligns perfectly with Atlanta's goal of creating a stout, disciplined defense that can cause chaos for opposing offenses. Looking at the bigger picture, a move like this could catapult Atlanta's chances of making a deep playoff run. McDuffie's impact on the defense would be comparable to recent high-profile trades that boosted other teams' defenses, like the Browns' acquisition of Ward in 2025, which added over 200 yards of defensive production. His presence would also be a key factor in shutting down high-powered offenses, especially in the NFC South, where teams like the Saints and Buccaneers have potent passing attacks. Limiting their top receivers and creating turnovers could be the difference-maker in close games. Let's talk about what this could mean for Atlanta's Super Bowl aspirations. If McDuffie joins the Falcons, he could cut the odds of winning it all from plus 3,000 to around plus 1,500. That's a 50% boost, making Atlanta's championship chances significantly more realistic. His ability to contest routes, plus 17% win versus routes contested, and limit targets from top receivers like Mike Evans, EPA of -1. 8 per target would make a real difference in high-stakes situations. Plus, he's proven to be a clutch player in big moments, with 3 Pro Bowl selections and 2 All-Pro nods under his belt. His playing style echoes the legendary Legion of Boom, and bringing that kind of mentality into Atlanta's defense could be exactly what the team needs to take the next step. Of course, there are skeptics. Some analysts point out that Kansas City's defense has struggled, giving up 2 points per game and facing issues in pass rush, with 49 sacks so far. They're focusing on extending their D-line and improving their offensive line, which suggests they see this trade as part of a larger rebuild. The trade would also help Kansas City clear approximately $22 million in cap space for 2026, giving them more flexibility to sign new players and extend current stars. But for Atlanta, this is a golden opportunity. McDuffie's addition would give the Falcons a dynamic, versatile defensive back who can cover elite receivers, create turnovers, and elevate the entire secondary. This potential acquisition would also send a message to the rest of the league. Atlanta is serious about contending, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. With McDuffie in the fold, the Falcons could see a plus 15% increase in their win rate against zone blitz schemes, a plus 16% improvement in their nickel coverage, and a plus 21% success rate in blitz packages. His mismatches in the slot could allow Atlanta to confuse quarterbacks and generate sacks and turnovers, which are crucial in tight games. His ability to support the run is also notable, with a plus 15% boost in run support metrics and a plus 19% increase in tackle efficiency. All of these factors combine to make Atlanta's defense not just good, but potentially elite, especially in high-pressure playoff scenarios. Looking further ahead, this move could be a game-changer in the race for the Super Bowl. McDuffie's impact on limiting big plays and contested catches would be pivotal in the playoffs, where every yard and every turnover counts. His presence could reduce opposing passer ratings to around 71, a huge step in shutting down some of the league's top offenses. Plus, his proven track record against top receivers and in clutch moments makes him a player who can change the course of a game in an instant. Falcons' defense under Dean Pease has been trending upward, and adding a talent like McDuffie could push them into the league's elite tier. But what about the Chiefs? Well, they're not just giving up on McDuffie without a fight. They see value in the picks they're getting and the cap space they're freeing up, which they'll use to reinforce their roster in other areas. This trade might be a sign that KC is betting on their young players to step up, and that they're focusing on long-term success rather than short-term wins. Still, for Atlanta fans, this is an exciting prospect because it signals the team's willingness to be aggressive in the trade market, targeting players who can make an immediate impact and help push the team over the top. So, in summary, the potential trade of Trent McDuffie to the Falcons is shaping up to be one of the most exciting developments of the offseason. It promises to bolster the secondary, reduce explosive plays, create turnovers, and elevate Atlanta's entire defense, all crucial ingredients for a deep playoff run. If this move materializes, it could accelerate the Falcons' journey back to Super Bowl contention, echoing the heights they reached in 2022 when their defense was among the league's best. It's a move that could define the Falcons' season and set the tone for the future. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. Do you believe adding McDuffie could be the move that pushes Atlanta into real Super Bowl contention? Are you excited about the defensive upgrade, or do you think the team should focus on different areas? Whatever your thoughts, we want to hear them. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. This offseason is heating up, and it's shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory. Let's keep the hype going and get ready for what could be a legendary season for the Falcons.